Good morning, everyone. Before I get to the new long positions, I just want to make it clear that I don't like the way that we're bouncing following the sell-off on Tuesday. We basically rallied back in another V-shaped manner, which is just never really constructive, and we're starting to sell off, and or it looks like we're about ready to roll over on heavier volume. And right now, as I look at my other monitor, I can see that the NASDAQ 100 futures are off 0.20%. Russell 2000 futures are off by 0.35%. So it's that weakness is starting to roll in to the next session Tuesday. My long positions are still holding up, but I gotta admit, haven't had a whole lot hitting new highs or producing any serious gains lately, and new long positions haven't been super stellar, but they are still working, so that's why I keep taking them. However, my short scans are growing. I'm flagging more stocks for short sale, and my long scans are thinning out, especially my BOP scans and perfect speculator scans, and that's my top of the line scans. BOP scans for speculative names, perfect speculator scan for top quality names, so not good. So keep all of that in mind looking at these new long signals. First one is PVTB, CanSlim quality, perfect speculator quality, confirmed in my new high scan. That gap up, though, is due to CMC increasing their bid to buy out PVTB. Now, this long position is based on me thinking that their PVTB is worth more than what they want to pay for it, so it will continue to move higher. If not, I got a series of sell stops that I'm going to initiate to get me out of it rather quickly. The first one's going to be the recent lows here, 59.95, that low. The next one should be this high right here, 58.30. If it hits that, then I'll be out of some. Then the next level is 56.92. It hits that, I'll be out of 3/4. And then my next level is 56. It breaks that, I'll be out of all 4 of my trailing profit stops. Now, as the stock moves higher, that magenta line right there, the 20-day moving average, will get higher and higher. So to be truthful, to be honest with you, those sell stops are just emergency sell stops. There's a low volume pullback. If it breaks this low right here on heavier volume but doesn't break the 20-day moving average, then the next low becomes like the first sell stop, and the 20-day moving average will remain the last one as long as BOP remains green. If it loses green BOP, whatever happens in between here, if it's on heavier volume, wherever the price bar lands will become the new low. So PVTB, I liked it initially at the new long position, but finding out why it gapped up makes me still like it, but it's not really like an earnings catalyst or contract catalyst. It's just that they're willing to pay up for it because they believe it's worth more, and hopefully that continues, but we'll see. The better overall quality long signals, SWX. It's a kind of CanSlim quality stock, 70 plus composite, 70 plus EPS, 70 plus relative strength rating, but none are over 80. I actually lost earnings and sales are actually down the most recent quarter, but still the bounce off the 50-day moving average is really pretty. Above average volume. BOP confirmation here, as you can see, it increased a little bit. And if we just use the low on Monday, 82.22, and then for now use my final stop at 80.11, that's pretty good, looking for a potential measure move like that we just saw in October to March of 33%. So I'll take that trade setup any day, even with the rough market. And with a gap down, maybe we'll get a better entry. And if the stock fails, that'll even lessen our risk with that gap down, and we'll lose less money. And if the market decides to rally, we'll get a good fill. But SWX, this was actually found in my price volume BOP scan, and then after looking at it on MarketSmith, I realized, okay, it's kind of CanSlim. So 2% long position there. PVTV, by the way, 2% CanSlim, 2% perfect speculator, 1% new highs. But let's be honest, the catalyst isn't there, so let's all half it down to 2.5% on PVTB. SWX 2%. And then I got some speculative positions. BLBD triggered in the price volume BOP scan. Very nice intraday reversal with the pocket pivot point signal. Strong volume. Nice BOP move. My first cut loss level is going to be this low right here, 1680, 329. And my final cut loss level will be 1640, the low day of today's signal date, or on Monday's signal date. My limit order is going to be 1740 still because it's more of a trend following long position. I like the weekly pattern, but like I said, the market overall, 3 out of 4 stocks follow the market. So if the market weakens here, this one's going to go with it. But BLBD was in my price volume BOP scan, so it's a 1% long position. And then one of the better overall quality setups this evening, ACTA. Nice move right off the 50-day moving average. You can see kind of coiling here You know, in this kind of symmetrical triangle pattern. Oh wow, it draws the lines all the way out. I kind of don't like that. But as you can see here, it's kind of coiling in this little wedge here. Got a candle over candle pattern today, right at its 50-day moving average. Volume was above average, and even though BOP didn't go the right way, it didn't fall that much, and it's still green. So hopefully, if it moves and falls through tomorrow, BOP will rise. If not, and BOP goes yellow, then I'll start moving my stops up. But for now, the first stop is going to be at 1375. The final stop is going to be at 1335. And that's only going to be a 0.5% of my account capital because it was only in my tertiary scan. If volume would have been higher, it would have been the price volume BOP scan, but it didn't make it. So only 0.5% of my account capital in this market. I don't mind it. And then SKLN is my swing trade of the evening. I saw it was gapping down after hours at 215. As long as it opens above 209, the signal's good. If it gaps down below 209, the trade is off on SKLN. My first cut loss using a limit order at 218 is 206. I move below 206, I'll be out of half. And then 2 is the low here, and the low here. It breaks 2, I'll be all out of SKLN. But we'll try to give it another shot. First profit target this high, 242. Then this 200-day moving average, then 325, and then if all goes well, 345, and then 420, yeah, right, 605, and et cetera, all these little spikes. And then once it gets below, above the 200-day moving average in this, hopefully it'll turn to a trend following position. And that's if it happens. More than likely, it'll be hitting 205, then it'll be hitting 199, and I'll be cutting my losses in SKLN. But to me, it's worth it to try to get the big returns because whenever it does move, as you can see, it moves a lot. All right, that's all the new long positions for Tuesday. Good luck out there, everyone. Be careful.